Hey y'all. So I'm doing a car chat because I'm just so exasperated and I just need to get this off my chest. But I have been reading this book. I've been reading two books, but one of the books is called The Substitute Wife, My Husband is a Billionaire. And I'm already on like the 700th chapter. I might not be that, but close to it. At least 692 or something like that, right? And it don't seem like this book is ever going to end. And I just want it to be over. I want whatever is going to happen to Brandon and Janet to happen to Brandon and Janet. Janet has been in near-death experiences no less than 7 times in this book. People want her dead. Like, everybody want her dead. They want her stepmama, not her stepmama, her adoptive mama want her dead. Her adoptive sister want her dead. Brandon's brother tried to kill her. Brandon's stepmama tried to kill her. Who else tried to kill her? She found her parents, and then the girl that her parents had adopted tried to kill her. Then that girl's brother tried to kill her. Now Brandon's friend that was in love with him tried to kill her. Like, everybody tried to kill Janet. Everybody wanted dead. This chick's still breathing. She's a survivor. Okay, so that's about Janet. And now in the book, Brandon lost his memory for the last 2 years, so he don't even remember Janet. So that is The Substitute Wife. My Husband is a Billionaire. A billionaire, right? And it's called that because the people that adopted Janet had made a promise to Brandon's mother that their daughter would marry her son. And when it was time for the sister, I can't remember her name because she in jail because she tried to kill Janet, so they got her in jail. When it came time for her to marry Brandon, everybody thought that his name was Ethan. Everybody thought that his name was Ethan and that he was poor. And so the sister didn't want to marry him because she thought he was poor. So the adoptive parents made Janet marry Ethan in the sister's place. Turns out, dude ain't poor. His father had actually raped his mother and got her pregnant. And then when he found out that she had gotten pregnant, he told everybody that she seduced him, and then when he didn't want to be with her, she went away and kept his baby from all kind of stuff. So he gave her a bad reputation. And so Brandon has a disdain for his biological father's whole family, his brothers. He done fought both of his brothers and all kind of stuff. But now the stepmother and the youngest brother tried to kill him, and that's how they tried to kill Janet, by trying to kill him. So they almost died together, and those set their apartment on fire. Oh, y'all, all kind of foolishness. And so for the longest time, Janet thought that Brandon was Ethan and that he was poor. She didn't even know that he was rich. So this light up here is blinking red, and people just won't go through it. They just waiting. So that, I mean, it don't never take this long to get through right here. But anyway, let's get back to the stuff. But so I told y'all about The Substitute Wife. My Husband is a Billionaire. So I'm still reading that book. I don't know what's gonna happen It's going on and on and on and on. And these books come from those websites that you see popping up on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok with these installment chapters that you have to pay for. And so I've used a couple of them, and most of them they're where you use coins. It's hot in here, so I turned the I opened the window because it's hot. So when we start moving fast, I'm gonna have to close the window again. Here go a big old truck. Let that truck go. Nobody ain't gonna let that truck go. If y'all don't let it go, I'm certainly not gonna let it go. So oh, he fixing his coffee anyway. He ain't trying to go nowhere. Let's roll the window back up, okay? People drive stupid. I forgot where I was. Oh, I was talking about the installment chapters in these websites. And you have to pay for pay for a block of coins. And they'll most of the time they'll have like a $4.99 package, a $9.99 package, a $14.99 package, and a $20 package. So I had read a book before about some werewolves, and I had paid for the package out. And then once you start reading the book, you want to see what's gonna happen, y'all. But after I realized, I went back and counted up how much I had paid, because when you're paying, you don't realize that you're paying that much. But I went back and I counted up how much money I done paid. I done paid about $120 to read a damn book. So I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this again. I'm not ever paying no money. But when you start reading those books on whatever app you're using, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, when you start reading the book, it's so interesting. And I promise you, whoever is writing these books, they're doing a great job, because they keep you entertained, they keep you wanting more, they keep you coming back. So but I didn't want to do that again. I didn't want to start reading a book and pay all that money for a book, because that's a waste of money. There are so many free books on Kindle that you can read. Why would I spend all my money on these books? But they're good books. So I seen one, like you seen one, and I started reading the synopsis, the beginning, the first couple of chapters. And so somebody posted, well, if you want to read this book here, you can go on this forum. And people, I guess they pay for the chapters, and then they post the chapters on the forum. So that's how I started reading The Substitute Wife. Goodness, it's hot. So that's how I started reading The Substitute Wife. And when I started reading The Substitute Wife, it was probably on chapter 480. It had already been posted all the way up to like chapter 480. And then I caught up. And so now I'm caught up. And so now it's only like 2 chapters a day. And a chapter lasts you maybe 3 minutes. It takes you about 3 to 5 minutes to read a chapter. So now every day I'm reading 2 chapters about Sylvia and Brandon, and I'm bored. I want to read something else. So I went back to the forum. The first forum that I was reading, they stopped updating The Substitute Wife. So I went to another forum that's still updating it, and not only are they updating it, but it's an easier forum to maneuver. And it to me, it's just better all around. I don't have all of those pop-ups and all kind of stuff that I had on the other one. But on this one, but I'm caught up, so I want to read something else. So I started looking to see what that forum had available. And I wanted to read something. I wanted to read another one about the werewolves, because I like reading about the werewolves. So I found one, and it is called Fated to the Cursed Lichen Prince. And it was kind of something like the one that I had started reading on that other site. That wasn't The Substitute Wife. It was another one. And I was like, oh, I wanted to see this one. So I started reading it. That's where I made my mistake. So I started reading the book, and I'm just reading, and I'm on chapter 308. So I done read, and this story about the Fated to the Cursed Lichen Prince is so riveting. It's so good, y'all. It's such a good book. Y'all, got to chapter 308 and they stopped updating the doggone chapters. There are no more chapters. I'm gonna turn it all the way up. I'm trying to turn it down. I turned it up because it's hot. I'm hot. And I am just beside myself. I search other forums. None of the other forums are carrying the book. So y'all, I even went on some of the pay sites to see if I could find this book. None of them are carrying the book. Matter of fact, those sites, whenever you search, they don't come up. The only one that comes up is Mobile Reader, and Mobile Reader isn't carrying it. So the ones that I've downloaded before, and because some of them you can read the book for free, you just have to wait. You can read like 2 chapters a day, and that gets tiring. You want to know what's going to happen. So I deleted a lot of them. So Dreamy, Mobile Reader, Pocket FM, Goodreads, Great Me, or something like that. There are a whole bunch of different apps that you can use to read the books. Well, I can't find it anywhere. And y'all, at the end of the last chapter that I did read, the heroine in the book is jumping across a pond, and in the last sentence, she ties a vine around her waist and she jumps across the pond, and the last sentence says something snatched the vine back and it pulled her into the water. That was the last sentence. That ain't better. And as soon as I read the last sentence, and then I go and I look down, and there are like all of the other chapters, none of them had comments, but this chapter has comments. Where's the update? When is there going to be an update? There hasn't been an update for 6 months. When are y'all going to update this? I moved. Why isn't there an update? What happens to Sylvia? What's going on? When is the update? And I was like, L-I-B. Have I started reading this book and now I got to know what happens to Rufus and Sylvia and Flora and Warren and Harry and Peter and Tom and Richard and all these people, and y'all not updating the book anywhere? I can't find this book anywhere. Y'all, I'm distraught. I'm devastated. Bamboos run them up. What? Somebody help me. Somebody. What am I going to do? What is I'm going to do? What?